fornication, and strangled things. Strangled things is a garbling, clarified in the Pseudo-Clementines and also in the Quran as carrion, because carrion used to strangle their victims on the windpipe. You know, beasts of prey would, when it attacked another creature, it would strangle it, you know, through suffocation. And it's garbling of that word into Greek, but it's much clearer in the Pseudo-Clementines. I give the references in my books, both the homilies and in the recognitions, that it has to do with carrion. In any event, Paul debates things sacrificed to idols in 1 Corinthians, where he dismisses it as weakness, and we don't need all that stuff, and heaps of use on it. I've read you that. 1 Corinthians 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Paul discusses things sacrificed to idols. So it's clearly he's upset by James's rulings. He knows that this is a ruling that's laid on him. What does he finally come up with at the end? Oh, he comes up with Holy Communion. By the very end of his discussion of things sacrificed to idols, he says, therefore, drink this cup and eat this bread, and communion with the body and blood of Christ Jesus is his final conclusion. If you read chapter 8 to 12 of 1 Corinthians, you'll see that Paul is very worried and finally dismisses the thing of eating things sacrificed to idols. He says, for me there are no forbidden things. Starts that in 1 Corinthians 6, and repeats it, I think, around 1 Corinthians 9 or 10. And he says, but look, an idol is nothing in the world. But some people have scruples. It means by that some people observe the law. You know, they're weak. Their consciences are weak. Some people are so weak they'll eat only vegetables, he says. Their consciences are so weak. Look, when you're near them, don't disturb their weak consciences by eating things like that in front of them. But as far as I'm concerned, all the food in the butcher shop is clean. This is what he says in 1 Corinthians 8 to 10. Does anyone think I've unfairly represented him? Well, if you read him, you'll see that that's exactly what he says. So you say, what are you so worked up about, Professor Eisenman? Oh, because I'm just showing you that he's the antithesis of this. So here these people are willing to undergo any torture, die any form of death, according to Hippolytus, rather than eat things sacrificed to idols. And these are the Sicarians. And he just dismisses it like that. Well, there's going to be real issues between those people. How many remember that movie, Last of the Mohicans, where the hero of the movie is saying, you and I are going to have a problem to the British officer, you know, and so on and so forth. These people are going to have a problem with each other. I don't think that they do. Okay, folks, that's all I want to do about the essay. Now, before you go, I want to read this one last thing, and then next time we will going to start. I want to start today with the Gospel of John. Maybe I will get to it. I just wanted to read you this thing about these people who lead their followers out into the wilderness, there to show them the signs of their impending salvation. These people that Josephus heaps abuse on without end. He hates these people. He calls them, let's see, I hope I can find it. I'm not doing very good here. I never can find what I need to find at the time I need to find it. Let's see, this is, let's see. This is, I can't find it. Oh, here they are. Here it is. This is to be found in the Jewish War. I don't have it in your version of it. I think it's 2:13:1. And it says, besides these, there arose another body of villains. He introduces the Sicarii. The so-called Sicarii committed murders in broad daylight. This is around the 50s. Called that way because of knives under their vestments. Besides these was another body of villains with pure hands, but more impious, worse than the Sicarii. With no less than the assassins ruined the peace of the city. Deceivers and impostors under the pretense of divine inspiration, fostering revolutionary changes, persuaded the masses to act like madmen, and led them out into the desert under the belief that God would there give them the signs of their deliverance, of their redemption. That is a theme running all through the Gospels. Now, I'm not saying that that Jesus, he's for or against Jesus here, but he would see people like the person presented in the Gospels as one of these imposters, deceivers, pseudo-prophets, who under the pretense of divine inspiration, fostering innovation and revolutionary change, were leading the people out into the wilderness